So the thing that caught my attention about this nightmare is Berwyn is asking to say that you need to bring me what I want or I'll kill her. So whatever he wants, he's not talking about Violet because he's treating Xaden with killing Violet if he doesn't give it what he wants.
Yeah, because he says, I will not allow her to win such a prize. I think he's talking about Theophany there.
Yes. So that is something that I'm not completely sure what he means because he's holding the sword of Tyrrendor. I don't know if about this stage Xaden still had the sword and physically, because maybe in the nightmare
it's in the box of nothingness.
Well, it's just a dagger. It's
same thing. I think it's the same. The blade of Tyrrendor and the sword of Tyrrendor, I think they're the same thing. I could be wrong, but I've read back to try and work it out, and I think they're the same thing.
Mm-hmm. So Xaden has something that Berwyn wants, but Berwyn is holding the sword of Tyrrendor. And for me, is why? It's because maybe he has the right of holding this sword. Because I was, in my knowledge, only the people who are maybe kind of like, not royal, but part of like maybe royal family on the line, they are the only ones they can hold.
Ryerson.
Yeah.
Xaden's granddad. So it makes sense for him to be Xaden's granddad because he's holding the sword. Also because of the like tanned arm, also like several things. The fact that whole Xaden's granddad thing is shrouded in mystery. Could mean why Sigel was so angry. But the one thing that keeps me coming away from that is that there is no reaction between Sigel and Berwyn at the end of the book. And you would think that had Sigel been bonded to this man, she would have felt more, she would have been like in more of a rage, although she was trapped. Just to play devil's advocate, it could mean bring what I want, like bringing Violet, because Xaden specifically says he wants you. When he's explaining this and they're awake, he does specifically say he wants me to take you to him. So you got to remember that Berwyn and Theophany are fighting with each other for Violet. They both want Violet. Theophany's always like, don't go to him. He will like ruin it. I'm the only one you need. So if you substitute bring what I want for Violet, it still makes sense. You say, you will bring me Violet or she dies. I will not allow Theophany to win such a prize. So he's saying, you bring her to me, or I'll kill her anyway, because the alternative is Theophany gets her, and I will not allow Theophany to win. The fact that Xaden wakes up shortly in this chapter, and they start to talk about what it is, Xaden specifically tells Violet, he wants me to bring you, he wants you. So I don't know then why in the next dream he said, you lost what I want. So I think you're onto something in that there's something else that he wants. Yeah. Because then the only thing that disappears between the last dream and this dream is Andarna. So there's a question that he might want Andarna as well. Yes. And Theophany definitely does, because she says, you've lost the Irid.
Something that I started to think about this, we had Theophany and Berwyn, but I think one of each is betting for different rider. So I think maybe Theophany is because she's working directly for Daramore or whoever is in charge of the banning. And that one was Violet, because Violet is pure power. She's the lightning wielder. But I think Berwyn, he is betting for Xaden. So maybe he's thinking that Xaden's power is more important than Violet, because we have lightning and we have dark. So I think Berwyn maybe is thinking Xaden or the Shadow Wielder is the match for the lightning wielder, and we need him, not her. So I think that I see that, yeah, they're kind of like working together in some points, but they had different objectives. And it's very clear that from the beginning, Berwyn is chasing Xaden,
Yeah.
even before
I
he
feel-
channeled.
Yeah, I feel like Berwyn and Theophany are like Venin's siblings, so I think they both report to General Darramore.
Yeah. Yeah, something that she says as well when she was moving really fast. She said that only a few can do that, and they're like really old.
Yeah, and only a few are older.
And Berwyn can do that. We thought that maybe he was like a distance wielder.
No, she doesn't say that. She says only a few of us can do it, and only a few are older. They're not necessarily the same thing. She doesn't say that only old people can do that. She's saying fewer can do that.
Yeah.
And fewer are older. She's just saying she's really old. She's not saying that Berwyn's really old.
No, but Berwyn, he was disappearing when he was in prison because he was saying that I think it was Leon. He was saying he was there and then he just disappeared. Or
yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that when she says that, she's not saying only old Venin can do that disappearing thing. She's saying
only a few can do it.
Only a few can do it, and fewer are older than her.
Yeah.
What I liked about this dream, and I thought it was really subtle, was there's a few references to Zanal. So the first one, Berwyn steps out of nothingness. And the word nothingness is like, I feel like it's a made-up word. I don't know if it's a real word. But Xaden calls his box of nothingness that. Then Berwyn has the sword, which I could be totally wrong about this, and I'm really happy to be corrected. Because I've been umming and ahhing about whether the blade of erasure and the sword of erasure are the same thing, whether one's a dagger, one's a sword. But I don't know. I just feel like they should be the same.
I felt they're like two completely different things.
I did as well, but then like blade of... It would be weird that there was two different things.
No, I think it was more like a pack or something that goes together. You had the sword and you had a little...
Like a knife and a fork.
Yeah, coming all together.
Tyrrendor's cutlery.